Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a guy that argues style isn't really about what you wear, but why you wear it. We're talking about the philosophy of dressing well. Okay, let's just jump right in with the big one. The question that hangs over this entire topic. Is caring about how you look, well, is it superficial? Is it just a distraction from more important, manly things? This quote, man, it just taps into this really deep-seated anxiety that a lot of guys feel, especially in North America. It's that little voice in your head that says, hey, if you care about aesthetics, maybe you're not a serious, practical person. The kind of person society tells us we're supposed to be. So where does all this pressure actually come from? Well, it turns out it's not just in your head. The source we're looking at argues there's a very real social resistance to men's style. And what's really fascinating is that this skepticism, it comes from both sides of the social spectrum. On one side, you have the conservative right, which can see an interest in style as a retreat from traditional masculinity, maybe even as something effeminate. But then on the other side, the egalitarian left often sees it as pretentious, like you're trying to create social barriers or act like you're better than everyone else. And listen, it's not just men policing other men. The source makes it really clear that women often reinforce these exact same ideas, questioning guys who seem to put a little too much effort into how they look. So yeah, the pressure, it kind of comes from everywhere. Okay, so how do we get past all this? The source proposes this really powerful way to reframe the whole thing. It's not about being superficial. It's about embracing the idea of being artificial. And this is absolutely key. Artifice here doesn't mean you're being fake. The word actually shares its root with the word art. It's all about skill, practice, and deliberate creation. It's about being intentional. And this right here, this gets to the absolute heart of the argument. Dressing with care isn't some vain indulgence. It's a creative act. It's like a painter putting paint on a canvas. We apply style to ourselves. It's a fundamentally human, totally artistic impulse. And think about it. This is nothing new. Humans have been stylizing their bodies for thousands of years. It's this ancient urge we have to mark ourselves, to bring some order and meaning to our own physical forms, and to show where we belong. All right, so that's the big idea, the philosophy. Let's get practical. If you're going to build a wardrobe, the guide says you have to start with a solid foundation, literally from the ground up. According to the source, your shoes are the single most telling item you can possibly wear. They're like this immediate signal of your attention to detail, maybe even your social background. It's where the whole image you're projecting really begins. Now, this isn't just a suggestion, it's presented as a rule. You can find ways to save money elsewhere, but quality footwear, that's a non-negotiable investment. A good pair of shoes gives you a sense of authority, can last for decades if you take care of them, and it just anchors your entire look. The author is completely unapologetic here, listing what they call unforgivable shoe sins. So what made the list? Tassel loafers, cowboy boots worn in the city, those comfort shoes that try to pass as dress shoes, and, this one might be a little controversial, those nylon strap sandals on anyone over the age of 16. And the hatred for the tassel loafer is, well, it's absolute. The author calls them an abomination. There's no room for debate on this one. It's a hard line in the sand. All right, with our foundation firmly in place, let's move up to the centerpiece of a man's wardrobe, the suit. A suit is presented as this transformative tool. It's not just an outfit, it's almost like architecture for the body. The very structure of a well-made jacket can literally change your posture, making you stand taller and, feel more confident. Now, the source makes a pretty bold claim here. It argues that the power of a good suit is almost universal, that no matter who you are or what you believe, a suit just communicates this sense of competence and authority that people find deeply compelling. And, this costume of authority has a really fascinating history. It didn't start out as formal wear. The modern suit actually grew out of comfortable English sporting clothes. And over time, it lost all that aristocratic flashiness for more sober, dark colors. Then, much later in the 20th century, you had Italian designers like Armani who totally reshaped it, giving it a lighter, more fluid look. So after all these rules about shoes and this whole philosophy of suits, what's the point? What's the ultimate goal of all this? And this is a really crucial point. The goal isn't to become some mindless shopper of luxury brands. True style is about understanding the principles, not just about spending money. An older suit that's well made and that you've taken care of will almost always have more character than something brand new and trendy. This quote from a master tailor just perfectly captures the entire philosophy. The goal is for your clothes to be so perfectly in sync with who you are that they almost disappear. People shouldn't notice your suit, they should notice you. The clothes are there to enhance the person, never to distract from them. When it comes down to it, style is a form of communication. It's the story you tell the world before you even open your mouth. So the final question this guide really leaves us with is this: are you in control of that story? Are you using your style as a tool to express who you are? Or are you just letting the trends and conventions wear you?